Now then, pricing. You'll notice that, or I hope you'll notice that most of my courses are priced at $499. I've got one at $199, but I actually give that away free with a couple of my courses, which has been a great technique. Now then, in recent weeks, Udemy changed some of the rules and regulations on pricing and what you can charge and recommendations and so on. You can go over the recommendations, but you need their approval. And whilst I can't tell you what their internal thoughts and things are, it's quite clear that if your course is selling, you've got correct techniques there for titles and descriptions and things we talk about in the course, then I suspect they may allow you to go over. But I can't guarantee that, can't promise it. So again, what I'm doing in this course is talking about my personal experience. I can't tell you what Udemy will approve or do, or obviously I don't know your particular course and how good it is and so on. So let me stress that I'm talking about my own particular experiences and how I price. The first thing I do when I launch a course is put it in the when you actually set up start to set up a course of your own, you get access to a Facebook group called the Udemy Lounge. Once your course is ready and approved, the first thing to do is to put a coupon into the lounge and allow the members there to download your course for free. This has several effects. First of all, it means that people immediately get to see your course. They are fellow instructors, they'll get to see it, they'll give you some great feedback, something they don't understand and so on. And if you do make a complete mess of it, at least they can tell you're not worried about the public doing that and leaving you bad reviews and so on. It gets you a lot of people straight away. It also gets you occasionally pirates people basically advertise your course coupon elsewhere. You'll see later in the course I show you a terrific but top secret way of getting around that. Don't tell anybody. I hope you're hearing that. So don't worry about that. The important thing is at this stage that it gets you a lot of students straight away. That also means, of course, that as soon as the public see the course, which is as soon as Udemy approve it, which is usually a couple of working days, then they can already see you've got hundreds of students already, possibly thousands of students if you've done a course that's successful. So by having a few hundred students already visible, that is, what's the word? Proof. Yeah, you're proving to your potential students that there's already several hundred people who've taken the course. Some of those people will do reviews, and I'll come back to reviews a little later in this course. But by having those reviews, by having those views there, you've already proved to potential people how well you've done. Now, what I do, I start off low. Now, again, I'm not saying, and I'm sorry to repeat this all the time, but I really have to cover myself and be fair to you. I'm not saying that you follow my pricing. I'm not even saying you can follow my pricing. I'm not saying you should follow my pricing. Again, I'm showing you what I've done. When I start a course, I start off usually at something like $29 or $49, but I make it quite clear in the description, usually in the first line or the second or third line, that the course will increase to $49 or $99 or $199, $299, $499, big gaps as it gets up, on a certain date in the future. And at a specific time on that date, I always increase it. Don't, whatever you do, say, I will increase this on the 1st of January or whatever, and then don't do so. It makes you look stupid. People won't trust you. All that proof, all that commitment from you has gone out the window. You prove that you're not reliable. And remember, we talk about proof being important, but it's positive proof, of course. So decide on a relatively low price of starters to get yourself going. That'll get you lots of paying students in straight away. But think about putting your price up on a regular basis. Now, one of the things about pricing that's interesting, and I've had this argument with people many times, including actually in the Udemy Facebook lounges. Contrary to popular opinion, you as the instructor don't actually set the price. Now, I know that sounds silly, but yes, you do set the price, but the public decides what's the value of the course. So you set the price, but in actual fact, no, if you set the price too high, then the public actually decides that price is too high and they will not buy from you. If you follow what I show in the course and make the course have the proof that we talk about, the titles, descriptions, the other things that are coming up, then you can charge much more for a course than anybody else. Simple as that, because you're proving to people what benefits they'll get from the course, all the things that we show. You can charge more and you will sell more. It's as simple as that. So start off low. Tell when, what date you are going to increase. Make sure that at Pacific time, so sort of it obviously varies around the world, but early the next morning if you're not in sort of California time or whatever. I do mine 9, 10 the next morning. I'm 9 or 10 hours ahead or behind. I lose track of this, ahead of California time, PST. So I do it the next morning. People get a few hours extra at the worst. Never change the price early. Happened to a friend of mine the other day, and he got complaints 10 minutes before the deadline. People left it till the last minute. Yeah, students. Okay. And the other thing that I do, it's very, very important, I'm lucky that I've got more than one course. As soon as I release a new course, then for a few days, the people who have got my existing course also get a free voucher, but only for 2 or 3 days, to my new course. Now that greatly increases the number of students that I've got. It really, 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 really pleases the existing students, as you can imagine. They get this extra course for free. It also means that I get extra reviews, extra comments. People feel good and warm and trusting towards me and so on. They tell their friends about the courses, and all those things greatly increase my sales. The important thing is to obviously get students in the first place and tell them the truth about your course, give them some benefit to taking your course, but then keeping those students is by giving them discounts, offers, or even free access to your future courses. One of the things I'll be trying shortly, and I'll update the course as and when I get some experience of that, is that I will be giving my current students a couple of days, say 2 or 3 days, where the course is free. Then after that, they'll pay a reduced rate for a few days and so on. And I'm working on that at the moment once I've got a few things out of the way at the moment, building this course and so on. And I'll start experimenting with that and see how that goes. And I'll report back on that, on my particular experiences. So, right from the top, pricing, do not be afraid of pricing high. Education costs. And I said to somebody the other day, there's two things that we all like cheap, we all like value, we all like to get the best things we do. But there's two things in life that we actually don't care what they cost. One is education, and the other is our health. Whatever it costs to do something with your health, you'll pay for it somehow or other. You will get that money. Education, if someone's interested in education, if they aren't interested in education, they're not a potential student, then they won't be looking at your course on Udemy. But if somebody is interested in education, the actual amount it costs is minimal. So if you've got a situation where somebody can take your course and they learn an extra $30 a week, well, over the year they're going to earn $1,500. Over 10 years, $15,000. Even over 6 months, they're going to earn good money. They're going to get more than the value of your course back. And of course, by the very dint of that, they can actually take more courses from you on the same or similar subjects. Remember that if you've established a good rapport with your students, I started with a course on photography, and now I've sold the same students as well as new students courses on YouTube and on YouTube thumbnails and on Amazon. And if you total up, it's a bit annoying actually. Udemy says when you look at my profile page, I've got 20,000 students. I've actually got 30,000, but it's 20,000 unique students. So 10,000 out of the total 30,000 people who have taken my courses have actually taken, on average, more than one. They've taken 2, 3 or 4. And a great many people have indeed taken all of them. So that makes quite a difference. The other thing that I've done with pricing, and it's worked very well for me, there's been a slight change to Udemy again lately, and it's slightly messed it up, but it's still feasible. I've got 2 main YouTube courses, one for people who actually make their own films, and one for people who don't want to make their own films, and I show them how to get all the films for free. One of the parts of YouTube that is necessary is the thumbnails, the little graphics that appear in YouTube. And I'll tell you this for a reason, so humour me for a second. Now, the thumbnails course, the section on thumbnails, would have been exactly the same for both courses. And I felt that was a little bit unfair that if people took both courses, effectively they were paying twice for quite a large section, probably about an hour of video. That's the same on both courses. I also realised that lots of people are very happy with their YouTube course and don't particularly want to get it better or think they can't get it better, or didn't want to pay $499 for one of my YouTube courses. So what I did a standalone course on thumbnails. I priced it low to begin with. It's, at the time of this recording, $199, but is about to go up. And that means that people can take that course at $199. They can learn all the secrets of thumbnails, which are absolutely crucial, on YouTube. But also they've seen my style, my presentation, they've seen the stuff that I've done, and they've seen the effects that has on their views, their income and so on. So they feel warm towards me. Wow, this guy's good. I ought to take the $499 courses. I'm obviously leaving money on the table. So having that course as a smaller course, which fits either of my other 2 courses, as a cheaper course, adds as a funnel, if you like, that people buy that and think, oh, this is good, that's a sampler. But the other thing I've done that's worked really, really well, I mean phenomenally well, is by having the $199 course, if you take either of my YouTube $499 courses, I give you within those courses a free coupon to take the $199 course. I hope you followed all that and taking notes frantically going, hang on, how does that work? So I've got a course at $199 which you can take on its own, and that's an introduction. It talks you about a specific aspect of what I'm teaching, in this case YouTube, but you can be whatever you're teaching. If you take one of my $499 courses, I give you that course, so immediately people think, wow, I've got a $199 course here, I've got the value of that. Of course, many people sign up for that and take it for free. But also people who are looking at the $199 course, well, hang on, $199 to $499 isn't an enormous jump, and your pricing will be different. I can get both of these courses for $499, and that's made a heck of a difference. Now, Udemy made a change a couple of weeks ago because people were being naughty, I believe, and in my descriptions for my courses, I could put hyperlinks to other Udemy courses. You can't do that anymore. They're just text links. You can't put live links. That undoubtedly has affected that particular technique. It's only been operational in my course for a few days now. But so I have to be careful. I have another course on Udemy called YouTube Thumbnail Secrets. You get that for free, but I can't actually hyperlink to it. And it's a bit of a pain, but unfortunately, as ever, some people find ways to cheat and be naughty and take short-term profits to long-term losses, and they mess it up for the rest of us. Those sort of things happen. But if you can do a separate course that is related to your main course, but you can either make very cheap, then that will work enormously as a sampler to your main course. And you can also, in your main course, your more expensive, we can give a free voucher to that one. That increases the number of students to your simpler course, your small course. Also encourages people who are thinking of taking a small course to say, hey, what the heck, I'll go for the big course. So pricing is quite complicated. Sorry I rattled on for a few minutes there. I hope you got lots of notes and you need to whiz back and forth and have a listen to how this, the best way of doing things. Takeaways are, I hate takeaways, said I wouldn't say takeaways, and I won't say awesome. 2 words that I hate. Takeaways, I've said it again, are that the actual student, the customer, decides pricing. Not you. You can set a price, but the students will decide. And if you're getting lots of sales at a low price, time to put your price up. If you're not getting many sales at a low price, lots of people put the price down. Wrong. If you're not getting many sales at a low price and you're following the rest of the course, put your price up. Have a look at your competitors in Udemy. See what people are paying. See what other courses are doing. Look at your description. Look at all the other things that I show you in the course. You can charge a lot more than anybody else, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, 10 times for effectively the same course. People will pay that because they trust you more. You've got the proof that what you're talking about is correct. You've got all those social proofs. You've got all the titles, descriptions, and all the things that's in there. You've got your nice thumbnails and so on. Again, all the things that I show you. So pricing is something you have to play with. For heaven's sakes, experiment with it. Whatever you do not do as I've seen some people do, start high and then gradually drop the price down. Sounds like a good idea till you suddenly think, hang on, people have paid for the higher price and they can see it lower. They are not going to just cancel, they're going to cancel and get very cheesed off with you. You're going to get refunds of large amounts, and you don't want that, and we cover refunds a bit in the course. So don't start off high and bring it down and don't panic. What you need to do is to start lower and put it up, and tell people that you're putting it up, and tell them when you're going to put it up, and do that. Do actually put it up on the date that you sow, and test and experiment and gradually move it up. Okay. Remember, you also want a combination of lots of income, but it's also nice to have lots of students, because lots of students mean that you can sell them your next course. And if you've got lots of money and lots of students, that's the best way to be, and that's the sort of medium that you want to get to. So pricing, complicated but easy. Have a play through this again, make some notes, have a think about that, and you can get lots of ideas, I hope, from exactly how to price your course.